Picture being used to the position where you are always helping the underprivileged or needy in society, and the tables turn and you get to the tail end of this because you are the one who now needs help. This is the story of the founder of Reach Out World Missions. I'm currently at her residence to give you all the details of how this came to be. This is People and Places. Stay tuned. Thanks a lot for having me in your home. It's a really nice place. But tell me, who is Priscilla Naa Aklerh Okantey? How's growing up for you like?
I lived in Medina for all of my life. It was a community where everybody knew everybody, you know. Someone can just come into your house, somebody's parents can beat you because you did something. I mean, it was that whole community thing, and growing up was fun. It was nice, and I really enjoyed school. Yeah.
I know you were a philanthropist, so you have a foundation.
Yes, I do.
Tell me about that. When did you know you want to get into the whole philanthropy thing?
Honestly, when I was a kid, I had wanted to do charity, but I thought of it like I would work, get all the money. When I'm like 50 or 60, I start helping people. So in 2013, when I had a life-changing experience, I was put on edge, and I was hit with a certain reality that I could be here today and not be here tomorrow. So that pushed me. I spoke to a few friends that, oh, let's go do a donation to an orphanage. And this is my vision. I want to help street kids, and I want to build a shelter. So let's start something.
You talk about having a life-changing moment. How old were you when that happened, and what exactly does that entail?
Okay, I was 23.
Okay.
I had just finished my first degree at the University of Ghana. I studied petroleum, so I was really looking forward to working in an oil rig. I mean, I was so excited. That was when the oil came, you know. So I did that, and then we graduated school in May. So I had to wait till September to start my service. So I said to myself, oh, you can't just sit at home. Why don't you just look for something to do? At that time, we're living in Medina. So my friend told me of an opportunity at Broadview Pensions Trust. So I applied, and then I was picked. So I was given an assignment which entailed me traveling around. I started with the Volta region because then my mom was working there. And I had to go with a truck load of books. And I was given 2 people to help me maneuver and distribute the books to all Ghana Education Service districts, GES districts offices. So we had done like 12 districts in the Volta region.
So you moved from Accra to the Volta region?
Yeah, we moved with a truck with books, because we were going to distribute the books.
3-man crew?
Yes,
I see.
3 people. And then when we got there, we did 12 districts out of the 18. So on our way to do the next 6 districts, we were traveling very early in the morning around Peve Mountains. And we left around 3. And I remember having my quiet time and dozing off. And all I heard was, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. So I was waking up like, I don't know what to. And when I woke up, all I could see was the smell of grass, crashing metal, breaking glass, everything in one, and I blacked out. So, yes, I blacked out, and when I came to myself, I realized we were in a car crash, and the driver was running around screaming, "We couldn't go for bow, we couldn't go for bow," and the guy behind me was trapped. The metal had pierced his leg, and he was trapped, and he was screaming, I'm dead, in tree, me woo, me woo." At that time, I didn't really realize what was happening. I tried to release myself, but I looked down and saw that if I had gone out, I would have rolled into the valley because we were just at the edge. And I tried to raise my arm, and that was when I realized that my arm was just hanging. So it wasn't alive. It was. So I think at that point in time, fear gripped me. And at that time, the car battery took off fire. So then I'm like, okay, I'm trapped in the car. Nobody's coming. The driver is confused and the car is on fire. And the first thing I did was to just pray. That's the only thing I knew to do then. I spoke in tongues. Like, I don't know. I think that helped me as a Christian. Like that particular action helped me because for just some few minutes I was at peace. I don't know how the fire went out. I think the driver put sand on it. Later on, he told us that that's what he did, and I think a whole bus of people who were going to the market then stopped. So they came out to pick us out. And it was when I was being carried out that I realized that my leg was also broken. I don't even know how this leg went that way, but it was trapped that way, and my hand was like this way, and this hand was that way. So it was like you were suspended and we were trapped in.
Wow.
So they carried us out and then called my mom, called my parents, and took us to the hospital. So that was the beginning of everything. That was how the accident happened.
Did you lose any of the other passengers?
No. Happily, the driver wasn't hurt, not a scratch. And the guy who was trapped, yes, he had an injury on his leg. His was an open wound. And the other guy too, like those on the driver's side, nothing happened to them.
Oh,
so those on the other
side.
I think I would like to assume that because he wanted to save himself. But yeah, anyway, I laugh a lot when I'm talking about these things. It's just something that I've developed as a coping mechanism. So it's not like it's funny or something. But then, I mean, thinking about it, yeah, it's so yeah, that's what happened.
Five surgeries. That's how many you've had.
5.
That's a lot. I mean, the first surgery will be there's a lot of pain, no matter the anesthetic they use and all that.
Exactly.
How have you coped? But before that, how long were you in the hospital for the first time, and then the surgery took place?
6 months.
The hospital for 6 months, on admission for 6 months.
Yeah, 6 months. They did the first one on the arm and the leg, and that was supposed to be it. But there was a complication again with the arm. So they went to do another one on the arm. And the leg, there was a complication, so they did another one on the leg. That was shortly after the first one on the leg. And after the first 3, that's 2 on the arm, 1 on the leg, I came to Accra. We moved, because I was in Koforidua, that was where I was, St. Joseph's Hospital.
Okay.
And I was brought to Accra. But, how do I put it? The arm, there was what they call a false joint, which is actually happening now again.
Okay.
There wasn't any healing. The implant that they put in wasn't the right type of implant. So it wasn't connecting the bones as it was supposed to connect the bones. So healing wasn't taking place. So I came to Accra. My parents asked around, and then we got in touch with a doctor at Kolebu. So they booked us. We went up and down, more examinations, and then they said, okay, they can do the surgery and they can fix it, and that'll be it.
Okay.
So that was in 2015. So 2 years after, then I went to Kolebu to do the last surgery that I had on my arm.
Okay.
But 3 years down, we are in 2019, so 4 years down the line, I mean, it's not worked. It's not worked because the same thing has happened again, and this time around it's even worse.
So far, how much have you spent?
In total, honestly, I can't give a figure, but it's in the tens of thousands. Because you do the surgery, you are done, you have to do physio, you are done. So basically, I won't be able to give a figure, but it's been quite a lot.
How have you managed the funding?
Well, my parents, my family, the church, friends of my parents. When the accident happened, people would come in and then, so here's something, take it and add to it. Because it was something that was sudden. It's not like you've planned some money down, so when somebody has an accident, obviously there was some reserves, but at a point we all thought it was going to be just 2 surgeries and then we are done. But it kept reoccurring. And when this happened, the first question my parents asked was, where are we going to get money to do this? And I was like, oh, don't worry, we'll get money. I was thinking the company that was responsible was going to do that. And, well, as we said, the only thing I've heard from them is we don't have money.
Due to the accident, you've sort of gotten used to working with your right hand a lot. Yeah,
so when that happens, you get used to, you know, bathing one hand. You try and do things, because at a point you don't really want to you don't want to disrupt somebody's day's activities just because they have to take care of you. You know, it's good that you have somebody around, but you also have to go to work.
Yeah.
So you have to learn to try and take care of yourself.
How's it paying? How are you coping?
On a scale of 1 to 10, I can give like 8.
Wow.
Because at a point it is it's not just physical pain, it's psychological pain as well. You know. And one thing too that I mentioned earlier was, even though it is bad, it's good. I have soft tissues forming in between the injury currently. So it's formed a false joint. So my hand moves in the middle of the actual joint. That's supposed to really hurt, but because of the false joint, it doesn't hurt so much. But then that is also bad, because when they are going to do the surgery, they have to take all the soft tissues that have formed out. And that means they're going to shorten my hand more. It's already been shortened, I mean, with the first couple of surgeries. So,
okay, so what, your left hand is shorter than your right hand?
Oh yeah, it is. If I could stretch, I would do so easy.
Really?
It is, yes. And even before this, it wasn't straight. It looked, if you see me standing and you look at me, you see, oh, okay, there's something wrong.
So is it a case of overuse of the left hand, or the surgery wasn't done properly?
I only lift with this hand. If there's something that is too heavy, I ask someone to help. I don't strain it. The only time that you strain is when you are doing physio, because you have to exert force. When you have a surgery and they put an implant in you, the least the implant is supposed to last is like 20 years or 10 years. Mine hasn't even lasted 5 years. And the same thing keeps happening. The funny thing is that when the issue comes and you go to the hospital, to a different doctor, they go like, who worked on you? The person did a shoddy work. Who worked on you? And that's what they keep saying.
So which doctors were asking, saying that it wasn't done properly? I mean, after February, where did you have the scan?
I went to Kolebu first, and they were just going back and forth, trying to ask me, like, it is my biology. They said it is my biology that's not okay. My biology is
what does
not.
That mean?
I have no idea. They said my biology. So my biology is not okay. So my biology, my bones break the metal and break my bones again. That's what they are trying to say. I have no idea.
Wow.
This time around, with this particular surgery that I'm hoping to have, I honestly don't want to do it here, because I've had 5 surgeries. I still have issues with my leg. Every morning when I wake up, for at least an hour, I'm limping. And if I sit down for too long, when I get up, I have to walk for a while before the pain goes away. I lay on my side, I get up, it hurts.
So what, is it that you do not go out at all, or when you need to go out, do you use public transport, or are you driven? How are you doing all these things?
You can't just sit in any car. You have to be careful who is driving. Even after the accident, it was very traumatic for me, so I couldn't sit in a car. In a car, you have to slow down, you can't drive too fast. You know, even now, I don't really go out unless I have to, because you are sitting in the bus, somebody can push you. You are walking, somebody can just hit you without even, and they don't know, you can't blame them, you know. And people always asking you, what's going on? Recalling everything, telling everybody, it's not easy. Having to talk about it, and people can stare at you so much, you feel like going to the ground.
How impactful have you been? 2013 is about 6 years. For some of the projects, how many people's lives have you touched?
If you're going to the head count, We've touched over 9,000 people.
9,000.
In 5 regions of Ghana. And it's not been me, you know, we have people from different angles volunteering. So far, I think if I could count, we worked with about 500 volunteers over the years. That is, we have a solid member base, which is 199 right now, as it is
199 members.
Yes, who are like constantly there.
Okay.
And then we have other people that come in and go and, you know, volunteer. Initiatives that have come out with Reach Out include youthography.
YouTube, what is that?
Youthography. We named Youth in Sewing and Photography.
Oh, okay.
So we had photographers sign on, accurate impressions. We also had Reels Originate. And then we got 2 young people who really wanted to learn how to wanted to learn fashion design, but couldn't afford to do it. We raised funds and took them to the school. It cost us almost 15,000 to do that. They completed just last year, and then we're going to inculcate that into the shelter project. Other projects we do include the Love Fair. That's every Christmas we bring close to 1,000 street children and orphans from selected orphanages.
Okay.
And it's a fun thing. We cook for them and we go around to gather items, what they need, essentials, food, clothing, toiletries, bedding material, stuff like that. We go all the way to a rural community. We've done it 3 times, twice in the north, and one at Akwamufi, and then Adamobe, Pong Tamale, Sumbungo, and Bangahafo. Okay. We train the women in bead artistry, and then give them a startup package, and teach them how to sell and make money so that they can support their husbands and their families.
Okay. How much money do you need for this surgery, especially looking at the fact that you do not want to do it here, being in the country, and are there any deadlines?
Well, we got in contact with the limb reconstruction specialist.
Where's he from?
He's in South Africa.
Okay.
Yeah, Dr. Maritz Lobsha. He's one of the best in the world, actually. And we sent him x-rays, and then he says he can do it.
How much is it going to cost?
Everything with flights in and out is approximately $16,000, which when you convert to Ghana cedis is around 83,000 Ghana cedis. So that's how much we have to get. I
spoke about the way forward. You still have dreams. What are some of the things that you want to do?
We want to build a shelter. That's
we being Reach Out, or okay.
Yeah. We want to build a shelter.
Where?
We started planning that this year. I mean, it was so amazing, and we had some prospects. Abokobi, the focus is on street children. The long term, what we want to do is to establish, the name that we gave it is the Reach Out Youth Development Shelter and Training Center. You get it? So it is going to be a facility that will accommodate young people that are on the streets now for a period of 1 year. In the period of that 1 year, we take them through a psychological process to reorient them, and we're going to teach them trades. We have on our minds IT skills, we have fashion designing, we have hairdressing. So that is going to be the training side, and there's going to be a business side to it as well. So as we train them, then we employ them in the business side.
How are you combining the two? Are you getting any kind of support from your foundation, especially now that you are in this condition? How has everything?
With the foundation, how we work is, if we have a project, we do our budgets, then we raise funds towards the project. Okay. So if it's a rural community we are going to, there's a budget to it. We go and seek for funds. So it's not like we have
a reservoir of money.
No. And I'm really grateful to the members of Reach Out because, you know, they actually started the fundraiser.
There's a fundraiser?
There's a fundraiser, yes. There's a fundraiser. So a few of them, in fact, most of them didn't know what I was going through. I didn't tell them. So it was when it came out, like they see me with the sling, and I'm like, oh, it's nothing, I'm fine, it's just something small.
Okay.
They said, Aklerh, you know, we know you're not comfortable with this, but let's just start a GoFundMe fundraiser to help you raise the funds for your surgery. And that is when I kind of like came out, if I should put it that way, and everybody got to know that this is what I was going through. So far, a couple of people have donated. And it's actually encouraging to see that, you do this for people every time. So when it's been done for you, you're like, oh wow, people are so kind.
Yeah, how does it feel like? I was thinking about that because I mean, you're used to being at the forefront where you're constantly helping people underprivileged in the society, and then the tables have turned. It's not you who needs the help. How are you feeling about it?
So uncomfortable, and it's not easy.
Yeah.
And a lot of thoughts run through your mind.
Such as?
So what's somebody going to think? Like, are you taking advantage of the fact that you have a charity to get people to support you for this? I mean, that thought has really crossed my mind so many times. That was the main reasons why I didn't want to start the fundraiser in the first place. Because I don't want anyone thinking that we are taking advantage of them. But it got to a point where this was the only way to let people know what I'm going through, and then to ask people to support me.
What do I need to do to get on? You talked about the fact that you started a GoFundMe.
Yeah, my friend started a GoFundMe.
So it's essentially, what do I need to do if I want to join a foundation one? And then if I want to support, how do I go about it?
Okay, reach out to the Happy Family and would like to have anyone who wants to be part of us to change society. We have a website. It's called www.reachoutworldmission.org. Yes, so you go on there and there's a volunteers page. So you just click join us and you fill in your details, and then the human resource manager, it's called Selassie, will contact you and then talk to you, get to know you, find out your strengths, and then we just fix you in. If anybody inside or outside the country wants to donate, you can do that through the GoFundMe page. Help Priscilla Heal, that's the name of the GoFundMe page. And I think through there you can donate via your credit card. Yes. And if you're in Ghana and you want to support us and you have mobile money, you can send it to our MTN 054 909 3487.
All right, Priscilla Naa Aklerh Okantey, thank you so much for sharing this with us. I've been encouraged personally. You found your purpose through an accident. People tend to, it's not everybody who's able to come out of situations like that. Yes, alone to start a foundation to help other people. A lot of people feel sorry for themselves and all that. So thank you for this. Right, so that was the story of Priscilla Naa Aklerh Okantey, the founder of Reach Out World Missions. And, well, this has been her predicament, but an intriguing story at that. This has been People in Places. My name is Lord Idwasari. See you next time.